So hey, it's Ian, Trends Change. Just heading to the gym as usual on a very cloudy, slightly rainy morning, and loving what I'm doing and enjoying the process that I'm going through at the moment, especially as I get older, especially as I feel my age a little bit sometimes in the morning. Hey, I'm enjoying the fact that I'm capable, I'm healthy, and I'm fit, and I'm able to do things. All right, even though at the moment, because of a slight knee problem that I'm having, I can't do my sprint training. Haven't been able to do it in a while. I am lucky that I can do my cardio on a spin bike and get my cardio in and do it that way. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. You gotta, sometimes you just gotta adjust with the times, you know. But first of all, I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I'm not monetized. I just do this channel because pretty much there needs to be a bit of voice of reason in the social media world. There needs to be some realism and really some good, solid, everyday guy speaking out about problems that can be encountered, how to live life and how to get through life. As I always say, I'm not the font of all knowledge. I'm not an oracle of all knowledge. I am flawed and I get things wrong myself, but I've had 52 years on this world. I've seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things, and thought, well, you know, I'll put my knowledge out there, and if I can help somebody get through some tough times, then hey, you know, that's great. So just recently I've seen a lot of trends by a lot of people who have this superiority complex. They have very low moral sense of morality, whatever it is. You know, their ego is high, and they put their self-worth into materialism and the money they get out of things like OnlyFans content, etc, etc. Look, first of all, I am not going to judge anybody on how they make their money. It's tough out there, and I can understand that some people might think, hey, I can do this or I can do that, and I can make this sort of money. I get that, I understand that, and you know, at the end of the day, it's these people's choices on what they wish to do. But you know, an awful lot of this has led to an awful lot of ego, an awful lot of superiority. A lot of people saying, oh, look at the amount of followers, look at how much money I'm making, etc, etc. Well, you know, I mean, you know, whatever, all power to you. But I will say this, are you really that proud of having followers just because you are flaunting yourself, making graphic video content, getting people to pay money for you to see that sort of thing? You know, it seems a shade tacky to me. And you know, I come from a generation that would be like, well, you know, if every man has seen everything that you have, then I really don't want to be interested, because if I get involved with you, then, you know, that is for me to see. Same as what I have is for, you know, you to see. I get that some of these people might be in bodybuilding competitions. That's a different sort of thing. That is pretty much on the fact that you have built and you go into a competition, etc, etc. Hey, you know, but the actual sexualization of things, Come on, are you really proud of that? Are you really proud of that? Because let's be honest and let's get really to the point. It is akin to selling yourself for money, and there is a horrible word for that. Are you really proud of being that? Furthermore, if you're bringing this into the gym and you're proudly saying, oh, I do this and I do that, and you are talking down to hardworking people who go out and work hard and they support families and everything else like that, are you really proud of shaming these people, these men and women who go out and work hard? I know a lot of pro bodybuilders who don't have an OF fan base, who don't have all these things. They work blue collar jobs. They go in after the training, they save, they get sponsorships, they go and compete, and the money that they win afterwards gives them a little extra, but it doesn't give them that much money, that much extra money. The only money that really comes from it is when you start being asked to guest pose and do all that sort of thing. And you know, hey, you know, some of these people make a lot of money out guest posing. They're also personal trainers. They work very hard. They don't sell themselves in the fact for sexual gratification. You know, a lot of people I've seen try to hide behind the excuse of, oh, it's humor, it's satire, it's this, it's that, the other. Look, let's get things straight. There's a lot of people, especially like me, who see through the excuses. We know why you do it. You know why you're doing it, because you have a sense of superiority. Let's get something very straight. Everybody, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, all the classics, any bodybuilder that you can name who has ever done gym work, Eddie Hall, Jeff Capes, old, new people, everybody, all of them started from nothing. They all started from nothing. They were all incapable of doing the things that they are capable of doing now, whatever it is that you want to say. They all went through a process of not being able to, of not having, to now having. If you look at Ronnie Coleman, works hard, and yes, he has had some serious injuries, but he built up an empire of protein supplements, all that kind of stuff, to finance his life. There's a lot of other female athletes who have done the same, who pretty much go through life, build up a business, build up a viable business that helps other people, never even touch OnlyFans. Keep your content out of the gym. Keep your superiority off IG. Keep the ego away. Going back to what I said about sprinting, I used to sprint train on the beach before lockdown. Now, just recently, I had to go on vacation to America. A couple of years ago, I decided to have the COVID vaccine. I thought, well, hey, you know what? Give it a go. It went and affected the arthritis in my knee to an extent that I cannot sprint train anymore. Things can be taken away from you like that. Your abilities, everything. Remember that. Remember that what you have is fleeting. What you have one day, overnight, can be taken away and you'll be able to do nothing. Now, I'm lucky. I can do a lot of other things. Like I said, I can train on the spin bike for my cardio, other things. And, you know, it's not easy. Be humble. Take your ego out. Remember where you came from. And really just Remember that you are no better than anybody else in the gym. You might be a pro athlete, whatever it is, you are no better. You are, after all, only human with human flaws and human frailties. That's something that I have always remembered, going from £395 right back down to £189. Luckily, I'm sitting here at £250, not looking too bad, with a little extra fluff which is coming off, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I'm 52 years old and I'm able to make changes. I've never forgotten where I'm coming from, or where I have been, or the challenges I've faced. I think it's about time that an awful lot of these people posting that sort of content need to remember that as well. Everything you have can be taken away. And I'm going to leave those thoughts while I go to the gym and train.